AI is going to replace developers. And before you throw stones at me, hear me out. Who is AI going to specifically replace? That is the question. The question is not whether AI is going to replace developers. It is eventually going to do that. But the question is, who is it or which specific developers is it going to replace? And that is the question that I hope to help you answer. The specific people who are going to be affected by the AI hype are entry level developers. People like myself, or people like myself who are beginner developers, who are just getting started into the tech world, who haven't even enjoyed a million Kenya shillings in the tech world. Those are the people who are going to be replaced by the AI hype, specifically the Devin and the Rex. And why are these people going to be replaced by AI? Hear me out. I have a few reasons. One of the reasons is because one, AI is actually helping developers to become more productive. Valid point. AI is helping developers to become more productive. A valid point. But who are these people who are becoming more productive? These are the people who are becoming more productive are people who have already been in the tech industry. So I'm talking about people who are intermediate developers, people who are senior developers. These are the people who are in the working industry, who are getting all the gigs, and then they distribute to the entry-level developers. Now the entry-level developers are not needed anymore because the senior developer is now even more productive. So they can handle most of the work without your help. And that is where you are losing the ball game, beginner developers. But I have a solution. I have a proposal. What can you do to avoid being repressed? Number one, learn something technical. Upskill. If you are an entry level developer, you have a chance. You have a fighting chance. And the fighting chance is keep upskilling. Keep upskilling. Ensure that you master your art until you yourself you are at an intermediate level, and at such a time you can argue that you're not replaceable. And another thing is combine several skills. If you are a front-end developer who is specifically focusing on JS, ensure you understand a little one or two things about design and be very good at it. So that if you combine such skills, someone is going to find you super, super useful. And number two, as a beginner developer, do not give up. I know a lot of people are going to give up, and this is actually going to happen. I'm going to argue this out as a trader. I'm not a trader, but I'm going to argue this out. People are going to be horrified about AI. Most people who are previously flocking in the industry are going to leave. They're going to escape. They're going to be fearful. And by so doing, they are going to leave the industry without a lot of competition. And by so leaving it without a lot of competition, they're going to leave a gap. And by the time this AI hype cools down, hopefully, if it's going to cool down, by the time it cools down, there's going to be a lot of gap. And what is going to happen is there's going to be a lot of demand. The demand is going to be the same, yes, but the supply is going to be low. And the supply being low, a lot of the developers who are going to be the industry are going to be really well built, really well valued. So be among those people who are going to remain in the field. Be sharp. I also want to make another comment. When ChatGPT was launched, I have always shared this thought that I started out as a content writer. And starting out as a content writer, I was actually phased out from that industry by ChatGPT because clients now would actually use AI such as Jasper and ChatGPT to generate content. And so there was need for me getting out of that sphere. And then what do you think happened? Now Google is kind of penalizing those sites because they launched this HCU update, which is helpful content update. It's actually focusing on content that is helpful. By so doing, a lot of content that had been generated by AI wasn't so much helpful. So that metric affected them. What do you think they are doing right now? They are coming to the writers. I've actually had a few of my previous writers, clients, come back and ask me whether I'm still offering those services. So I predict the same thing is going to happen in the tech world. So be around, stick around, just make sure that you continue running, continue upskilling. And after all, if the AI hype doesn't end, does it hurt to have the skill?